Hello everyone and welcome back to Contra Health Scam. So today we'll be talking about this supplement called Nervogen Pro by Kevin Miller. And as you can see from the video, this is the so-called Kevin Miller trying to tell us what we need to know about neuropathic pain and how his supplement is going to help us reset 11 years of diabetic nerve pain, and is so-called doctor approved. Anyway, we are going to quickly look at this website. Of course, we're not going to watch the video because it's a waste of time, and I've already done the hard work for you over at Contra Health Scam. So let's briefly go down. Let's see what this website has for us, and from here you can see that there are 3 plans here for those who will be crazy to buy this supplement after this review. First one, the bottle is costs $69 per bottle, and look at the other 2 plans. I'm not going to repeat myself. And if you are like me and you don't want to actually sit down and watch this very long video presentation, they left the link to the full story, as they call it, but we're not going to click on it obviously because I'm not going to waste our time. And that's pretty much it about the website. So let's head over to Contra Health Scam. So we'll talk about all you need to know about this product and why you should keep your distance from it. Okay, we are here at contrahealthscam.com, and from the review title you can see that Nervogen Pro neuropathy supplement is a scam, honest review. And from the review summary you can see that Nervogen Pro has a pathetic 1.4/10 rating, and it's for the following reasons. Author identity and qualification is 0/10 because the author does not exist. That one I have proof for it. Scientific basis of the program is 0/10 because the scientific basis is rubbish. We're going to discuss all these things in more details later in this review. Presentation of the program is 2/10 because it's just scammy advertising, typical scammers, and there's no difference from what they did over that website with what other scammers are doing. Testimonials is 0/10 because the testimonials are unverifiable and fake. And finally, the pricing, $69 per bottle, pretty pricey, but worthless at the same time. So just give it a 50-50 just to be generous. Otherwise, it doesn't deserve a high score. Now to the important parts of the review. Nervogen Pro was launched in October 2020. According to Miller, this supplement is the natural solution to neuropathic pain. He claims that this supplement is capable of reversing your neuropathic pain within days. Miller says that it took him almost killing his wife with an electric saw in a fit of neuropathy-induced insanity to make this all-natural discovery, which he, of course, used to cure his severe neuropathic pain. Now you have the chance to join, according to him, 47,896 other people and counting who have used his inexpensive method containing his supplements to get permanent relief from their pain. No more expensive pills or other costly procedures. Now, concerning the backstory, we're not going to talk about it, but what I want you to take away from it is that this Kevin Miller eventually met one character called Dr. Mason, who is described as the Albert Einstein of neurological understanding and the brain behind duloxetine, an antidepressant used to treat neuropathic pain. So this Mr. Miller claims that he met this so-called Dr. Mason, who was the brain behind duloxetine, an antidepressant. And he's saying that it was this Dr. Mason who conducted the top secret research on neuropathy, and it's his research that he based the supplement on. So that's basically what you need to take away from the backstory. So keep this name Dr. Mason in mind because we are going to talk about him later on in this review. Now to the science behind the Nervogen Pro supplement. According to Dr. Mason, neuropathy has nothing to do with damaged nerves. Instead, he claims that neuropathy is a symptom of a hidden condition involving one of the little known muscles of the back. Specifically, Mason claims that the root cause of practically all types of neuropathy is compression of the nerves of the spine by a tense psoas muscle. He then goes on to claim that stress is the cause of a tense psoas muscle. Miller claims that the psoas muscle is the deepest muscle in the body, and so no pain medications, topical creams, or normal exercise can reach it in order to relieve the tension. Then, a few moments later, he claims that he and Mason discovered, after conducting research and contacting several experts that the best way of reaching the psoas muscle is through the mouth. This begs the question, aren't pain medications taken by mouth? Now ponder on that as we go ahead. And he ends up claiming, that is Miller ends up claiming that the solution to neuropathy is to relieve the stress causing the psoas muscle to tense up and compress the nerves of your spine. And of course, his Nervogen Pro supplement will effectively do that for you because of the ingredients it contains. So regarding the ingredients, just has nothing special. It's passiflower incarnate, cordialis, yankuso, California poppy seed, prickly pear, marshmallow root. And that's it when it comes to the ingredients of Nervogen Pro supplements. So according to him, these ingredients have the capability of reaching your psoas muscle and relieving the pain and tension there, which is false, of course. But let's just keep going to the fun part now. Why is Nervogen Pro a scam? The author is a paid actor. It does not exist. So Kevin Miller calls himself a 57-year-old man who lives in a small town near Boston, Massachusetts. He claims that he is a medicinal chemist at one of the biggest US universities for over 25 years now, and that's all we know about him. So if you look online, you will never find any verifiable information about this dude called Kevin Miller. But if I were you, I wouldn't even bother searching, because the next reason is the reason why I believe that this guy is just a paid actor. It does not exist. It basically confirms my suspicion. So the reason number 2 why you should not even bother looking for this man is that Dr. Mason does not exist. Now let's talk about Dr. Mason and the claims that this so-called Kevin Miller made about him. So you remember Dr. Mason, the supposed Albert Einstein of neurological understanding, who helped Miller discover the Nervogen Pro? Well, he does not exist, and I can prove it. Now these are 2 major reasons why I know that Dr. Mason does not exist. The first reason is this. Miller claims that Dr. Mason is the brain behind the antidepressant duloxetine, but a quick Google search reveals that duloxetine was actually developed by a team of researchers at Lilly and Company. Specifically, the official US patent of the drug filed in 1986 lists the name David W. Robertson, David T. Wong, and Joseph K. Kuczynski Jr. as the inventors of the drug. You won't find Dr. Mason's name anywhere in the patent filing. So basically, this guy is lying to us when it comes to this fictional character called Dr. Mason. Now, the second reason why this guy definitely does not exist is this. Miller claims that Dr. Mason is a 3-time winner of the Fence Award. He then goes on to describe this award as the Oscars of Neurology. Now, there are 2 problems. First, Fence, that is Federation of European Neuroscience Societies, awards neuroscientists, not neurologists. Secondly, if you head over to the award section of the Fence website, you quickly notice that Dr. Mason's name is nowhere to be found in the list of award recipients. So he was never awarded by Fence, not even once. So basically, these are the 2 reasons why Dr. Mason does not exist. And incidentally, it also proves that this guy is just a paid actor. He does not exist himself. Now, to the third reason, of course, talked about fake and unverifiable testimonials. It's just text-based testimonials that anybody can type. There is no verifiable info about them. We can't even, verify who wrote the testimonials or the identities. It's just a waste of time. So it's unverifiable. And from what you have already discovered about this Dr. Mason and this so-called Kevin Miller, you just know that they are fake. So don't waste your time. Now, the next reason is the scientific basis is rubbish. Author knows nothing about diabetic neuropathy. Now, let's read about this one because it's important. As we saw in the backstory, Kevin Miller claims that he has type 2 diabetes, which he thought was effectively under control until he was hit with excruciating neuropathic pain in his leg. Essentially, he was implying that his neuropathy was caused by diabetes. A few minutes later, however, he claims that the root cause of neuropathy is the compression of the spinal nerves by a tense psoas muscle, which is not how diabetic neuropathy develops. So it's pretty clear that Kevin Miller knows nothing about diabetic neuropathy. There's different pathogenesis, that is another principle of development of diabetic neuropathy that has nothing to do with the psoas muscle or compression of any muscle. So him claiming first of all that he had type 2 diabetes, only for him to later tell us that the root cause of neuropathic pain is a compressed psoas muscle. So something that has to do with a traumatic process. That's not how diabetes works. So it means that this guy knows nothing about diabetic neuropathy. So he is lying to you. Now, speaking about the psoas muscle, Kevin is wrong on that one too. Now, while compression of spinal nerves by the psoas muscle is technically a type of neuropathy, most of the times it is caused by traumatic injury, not stress. Most importantly, however, Kevin's claim that it is the root cause of neuropathy is laughably false. As you can see from Mayo Clinic, I linked an article from Mayo Clinic here so you can read that if you want. Neuropathy has several causes. In fact, what Kevin describes in the video fits the profile of psoas syndrome, which is a rare condition that is best treated with exercise. So his claim that it's very hard to relieve the psoas muscle with exercise is wrong. I mean, he told us earlier on that psoas muscle is the deepest muscle in the body, so nothing can reach it apart from drugs or something that you take by mouth. But this is severely contradicted by the fact that we know this condition called psoas syndrome, which has to do with the traumatic compression of the psoas muscle, and the main treatment is exercise. So that said, my final conclusion is this: don't buy Nervogen Pro supplement. It is a scam. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has helped you. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing to this channel. Let us grow, reach more people with this important information. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.